Right, good evening folks. Welcome back to VP4TV. You can let me know if you can hear me. If the audio is coming through okay. Because I don't know whether I'm muted or not. I can't really tell whether I'm muted. I'm too quiet. Hang on a minute. Are you hearing me now? Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Hello? Hang on a minute. This is the easiest way to find out. I've got no on-screen display with this set up. So I'm just going into a room to make sure my mic is on. Hang on a minute. Right, you should definitely be hearing me now. I'm going to do a quick tab. Hang on a minute. Right, well, Steve hasn't said whether he's going to be here. He might be out in the golf course, his last game of the year, but we're in the room and we've got Matt on the right hand side, SemiPro on the left, and we're going to have the lag off. So this is a round 2 match, race to 17. Welcome everybody. And that cue ball's going right through the queue because the queue hasn't loaded yet. Anyway, SemiPro won the lag. He's going to break off. Yes, I went for my dinner and I had a PM came in while I was away at my dinner, and it was from, it is a Rossi, it's not El Rossi. Anyway, I'll say it as a Rossi. And it wasn't written in Chinese, but it was written in a foreign tongue, so all I did was type it into Google Translate and that's what I got. F you, you will die, or words to that effect. Right, I'm watching this. I've actually got Microsoft Edge up on my second monitor and I'm watching this via Restream, where I can actually tab. Well, I can't tab to Kik because Kik doesn't fully connect to Restream as far as seeing how many viewers there are, but I can see that there's 10 on YouTube and there are 4 on Twitch at the moment, and I can jump into either of those 3 streams, YouTube, Twitch and Facebook, to see what the quality is like. And I know there's been an issue with Twitch, so I'm about to switch across to Twitch in a second. Just give me a second, I'll do that. Hang on. We'll see this shot first of all. I just want to have a quick look at Twitch and see how it's running, because there's been complaints about Twitch being a bit choppy or laggy. I'm only going to do this for a minute or two just to double check. Do this for a minute or two. Wait to mute that. That's horrible. Double check. With us, just bear with us while I do this. Right, I'm looking at Twitch and Twitch looks fine. Right, well, I've had no complaints coming in from Cobra. My sound is poor tonight. I don't know why. Hang on a minute. Maybe it's maybe the cable's loose. No, it's not that. My mic's perfectly okay. Does that sound any better? Not that I've done anything. I've just checked the cable isn't loose and things like that. There's nothing else I can do. Sound is not up to usual standard. I don't know why the sound's messed up. Again, I've not touched anything. No, I'm on the same mic. I'm going to have to watch the playback in this after the thing's done. Well, I won't watch it tonight, I'll watch it tomorrow. Right, I'm going to do one more tab. In fact, I left that PM open. There's what the PM said. Where the hell's it got to? There it is. Oh, it's disappeared. Most of it's disappeared because I've left it open for hours. Anyway, buzzing noise and you sound that you're in a tunnel. Right, I've switched it on and off. You should have heard interference there when I flicked that switch. Yeah, I don't know why the audio's gone funny. That's weird. Right, so Matt's he's going to have to pot the 10 twice here. He's going to have to pot the 5, then play the combo with the 6 and the 10. And then of course the 10 ball's going to come up. Maybe Matt doesn't realise that yet, but he's about to find out. In fact, Matt probably doesn't realise that, so he is going to be a bit surprised the 10 ball's coming up. He's going to be typing what's going on, or maybe he's already had some practice and realises that. I think he must. So Matt has already got good pace here, because Matt's been in practicing a little bit. He's been in for quite a while, maybe an hour or so I think, getting some practice in. So he's got the table speed. Now I'm just going to do one more quick tab, hang on. Right, that's me done with that, unless Steve decides to come in. You've got me annoyed now with this carry on with the audio. That's bugging me. It needs to keep running, and that's pretty good. No, I knew that was on that Snooker 900 thing, but I forgot all about it, and when I switched it on it looked as if Stephen Henry's won it, whatever it was. So I have no clue what the format was. Yeah, you see, Stephen Henry's been at the Guinness, Could see that through his t-shirt that he had on. But I mean, I tell you, I told you guys, I was asking you guys a couple of weeks ago if any of you had seen Jimmy White. He looks bloody awful. He looks bloody terrible. I mean, he's either, as I say, he's either on a diet to try and keep himself fitter, or he's got some serious underlying illness that he's keeping quiet at the moment. And unless he comes out pretty soon, I mean, I've not seen an interview where somebody said to him, "Oh, I see you've lost a bit of weight, Jimmy. By the way, blah blah blah," and he's told him, yeah, I'm trying to get myself a bit fitter." But whatever the hell it is, he needs to let us know whether it is the fact that he's getting slimmer looking because he's losing weight because he's on a diet and maybe doing a bit of fitness, or he's keeping it quiet that he's got something bloody seriously wrong with him. Because I'll tell you, if the longer it goes like that, the more people will make up their own mind. He just looks drawn. Well, it's not an easy cut, and it's not. Yeah, gaunt is the word. He's definitely gaunt looking. Don't forget though, Jimmy White had a number of years ago, Jimmy White had testicular cancer. He had to get one of them lobbed off, and I just hope it's nothing connected with that has come back to bite him. But he definitely did. He did have to go and get an op. But that's just what happens. People will just speculate. You'll get the snooker press speculating soon enough if they're not already doing it. He is a womble. Well, that ain't gonna work. I don't know that he had to bend that. I still didn't think the line was there to get to that 6 bolt. Well, that's not what he told me. Stubb sent me messages on Facebook earlier on saying he was going to win Friday night 9-ball 3 in a row. So he's obviously thought different of it. So Matt getting himself hooked and not getting out of it has given SemiPro fairly easy out, just a gentle cut in the 9. I mean, he could go up and back up to the top rail and back out, but it's gentle enough he can hold the cue bolt. So if we see Steve coming into the room, then I'll tab out to Discord and bring him in, but it'll be the usual story. He'll be out on the golf course getting his last round in for 2023. So a couple of balls go in on Matt's break, and one of them was a 1 ball, I think, the other one was a 5. So he's going to have to either play a safety or call a combo. I don't know whether there's has he got enough room to catch that too? And I mean, he's going up and down for the kick. Yeah, a wee bit further to the right, I think. Looks good. Well, good effort. And I don't know whether Matt can catch enough of that 2 to catch the 9 without overcutting the 2. That looks as if what's likely to happen. It'd be easier kicking the back of the 2 and the cue ball going in and kicking the 9 that way. He's probably better hitting it solid into the 2 and letting the cue ball go that way, because I don't think you can cut it to it. To me, the shot is kick the 2 and run onto the 9. Then you've just got to hope you get lucky. Well, or do that. I mean, that'll work as well. A little bottom in the cue ball just to kill it. So he thought better of it, and he came out with the correct response there. So, can Matt see enough of the 2? Yes, he can, but I think all he can do is drop this in dead weight and just finish short on the 3. Well, a wee bit forward with a wee bit of right, I think, to try and just edge that cue ball over a bit more, I think. That's perfect. Now, he can roll through well past the 8 ball, play the 6-9 combo. Hello from Amish country. What, is the Amish getting PCs in now? You're winding me up. Good afternoon. So it's an Amish PC that you're on, so there's somebody there sitting pumping air into it like an organ. So it's blow for blow here at the moment. So back to SemiPro's break for rack number 5. Nine ball goes into the right side pocket, 1 ball is on. It's 2 apiece at the moment. Well, SemiPro, I don't know whether he wanted to bump that 2 or he couldn't avoid it at all. It just makes it a wee bit more difficult because the angle he's got in the 2, he's got to avoid bumping the 5. And he's played that well. Just come out behind the back of the 5. Well, this is the best standard we've seen so far, because both of these guys can pop balls and move the cue ball, and that's the big difference. That match that was on yesterday afternoon when I was finishing my shopping, I came in and they had been at it for at least 2.5 hours for that match. I can't remember who it was that was playing, but it seemed to take an inordinate amount of time, and probably one of the longer matches in the tournament, I would suggest. So SemiPro responds with a break and run, and Matt having to do the same thing. Was it his Eric match? I think it was that match, yeah. It was at least 2.5 hours. So Matt's got a ball, and I think problem now is he's hooked in the one ball, so he's got to come up with a push out. Problem with the push out is he doesn't want to come down the bottom of the table with a push out because he's going to be nailed. And that's asking for trouble, I'm afraid, because SemiPro can, I think he could, well, can he push that one through and stick onto the 7? I think he can certainly have Matt in trouble, because the danger was always bringing the cue ball down this end of the table, because there's loads of balls up there to duck behind one way or another. But he's pushed it back and let Matt with the trouble. And I don't know that that's going to work, is it? No, it isn't. Well, whatever way you look at it, this came about from the push out. Good evening to Jose. Welcome. Now the 3 ball goes in the gap, I think. Well, it's not going to be easy this way though. This is now a lot more tricky. Now there's a fair chance that if he cut this and caught the 6, it would still go in. I think he's looking at trying to duck behind the 8 and 10. And he's just sneaked out, and that's another big mistake this time from SemiPro. Just a wee bit too heavy with the touch there, and that'll annoy him. But he's still got a lifeline here with this 8 ball been tied up. Welcome to Run Out Rob. So the objective now is Matt getting on this 6 ball in such a way that he can do a bump. And he can certainly do a bump. He's got the angle, he just needs a bit of luck. And the luck is still having a shot in a 7. That's the problem. I think now he's got to take the risk. He'd be asking a lot to get good in the 7 to be able to play the breakout. And he's played the bump, and that's worked out pretty good. He's a bit hampered though. And he's got a wee tight angle here. Now he can play this long and jack up and duck behind the 10. I mean, that's the more obvious shot to guarantee a shot in the 8 ball. I think he can just stun past the 10. And that's perfect, although he might be a bit straight. So all he needs to make sure is that he's rolling through, but he needs to roll through for an angle. He doesn't want to be dead straight if he can help it, and he's got the angle. So now everything's good. No, you're better off go to YouTube or Twitch, Jose. Kick isn't fully connected yet. It probably will get updated at some point, but it isn't fully connected on Kick. If you want to see all of the chat, go on to Twitch and YouTube. So it is definitely blow for blow here. We're all square at 3 racks apiece. Now there's another big mistake from SemiPro. I think he forgot to, I presume he was going to call either a push out or a safety there or whatever, but he never hit a rail. I don't know whether he did call something, but he's clearly forgot something. And no, I'm watching it on restream. Everybody else is on YouTube or Twitch. So Matt has ball in hand, although I can't for the life of me think, oh well, he's just thinking about what he's doing. I was wondering why he was leaving the cue ball there. Yeah, I checked Twitch earlier, it looked fine. Well, this could be a chance for a little bit of daylight, but it's not quite as simple as it looks yet here. This 4 ball's not sitting particularly great, and he's got the little brush in the 7. The problem now is the cue ball stuck to the rail, which limits what Matt can actually do with the cue ball. I think he might just have to play this plain ball and leave the cut in this 5. Yeah, it was not easy. So now it's a gentle cut in the 5, and anywhere up with the side pocket, he needs to be going high enough. Once again, there's a problem now. If he runs forward, I don't know whether he's going to catch the back end of that 9 or whether he can get clean through. Yeah, he's caught the back end of the 9 and it's done no harm and everything's good. So this could be a 2-railer, long rail, and roll the 10 in. So now Matt will have the break to take a 2-rack lead if he can. But at far better standard, it's to be expected that these guys are going to be potting balls and getting racks over fairly quickly. The ball has gone in. I don't know what one's went in. I saw the 5 ball going in there, and I don't think he's been fortunate with the 1 ball though. Well, he can punch it around the table, I think, or maybe not. Don't even think he can do that. Good evening to Bedhead. Well, push out called. Now once again with the push out, you don't want to leave SemiPro an easy shot just to tie you up behind that 7. Now to me the push outs, it's got to be something where you're not going to just leave yourself open to get nailed here, and that might not be too bad. I mean, you can skim off the right side of the 1, but you can't get behind the 7 by hitting it in the left. So he's going to try and just hold it behind the 7, but that's no good. He's bumped to 7 far too heavy and given Matt a chance, albeit the 2 is going to be awkward to get to unless he just leaves the cue ball in a line to the left of the 8 ball from where he is right now. And that might not be a bad idea. It's the problem against the path from the 2 ball. I think he's definitely going to bump the 4 if he doesn't do anything with the cue ball. He might even bump the 10 or just go to the back of the 10. Well, he's played the stun and that's very well controlled. He could see the danger of the collision, but the angle he's got in the 3 again, I think he's maybe messing with the 9 ball. It's hard to say whether he's going to come back clean, and he wasn't, so he's gone forward. Needs to miss the middle pocket, and that might be the return of the favour from Matt. SemiPro was staring at a 2-rack deficit there, and Matt having to run the cue balls, giving SemiPro a chance to redeem himself for the poor safety. well, all these little mistakes are a lot more emphasised in a match at this level, because, you know, SemiPro was more or less conceding this rack to go 2 behind, and that scratch in the side breathed life into SemiPro to get it back all square. And it might only be those minor little mistakes and unforced errors that's going to make the difference. I think the brake's been working reasonably well for these guys so far. That's probably going to jinx them. And it duly has. SemiPro's come up dry. It's amazing my talents. I only have to utter the words and it magically happens. Oh, well, again the stun at that pace, slightly offline, and SemiPro is going to have to do a bit of yardage here, big time. Oh, that's going to scratch as well. Well, the mistakes are coming thick and fast now, aren't they? After that good start. Hang on a wee second. SemiPro misses the hit. Well, if you look at this rack and you look ahead in this rack, was it SemiPro? It was Matt that missed it. My bad. It's getting to that time of night again. Well, if the table's open and the balls are all there, yes, they shouldn't last much longer than that. Oh dear, well, that's a big mistake again from SemiPro. Well, SemiPro saying, shall we start again? The start was fine. It's just that things have gone down the pan rather quickly. More so for SemiPro than Matt so far. But looking ahead, it's got to be just play these balls as they are. You know, pot the 6, pot the 7, get the 8 and try and come right down in the short side of that 9, and that might not be quite as easy as it looks. And play the combo in the 10. Because he's not going to have much other option. I think he'd be crazy to try and pot the 8 and get a bump on this 10 and 9. I think that'd be daft. But he can check the cue ball up, and the only danger is a scratch. Now, he can either check it up or spin it around the corner and get up top right. So, if I can get my doodle to work, he can either go that way and check the cue ball that way, or he can go that way over to the rail if I can get it to work properly, and down there. But the danger's always a scratch. So he's went around the corner, following the line, and if it keeps going and keeps going, he'll have not a bad effort at it. So that was the 2 ways he could have got there. Let's have a look if we can get behind him. Oh, my bloody cursor's on the screen. Hang on, where the hell am I going here? Right. No, that was well done. So the execution there at the end by Matt was perfect. He's got the 10 in, 10 obviously comes back up, and he's still got a shot in the 9. And the cue ball's leaking away, leaking away, leaking away. Wee bit of pressure on this. But in it goes. So that was on SemiPro's break, so Matt now has a second chance here to open up the gap for the first time in the match. And he's definitely got a ball. And he's definitely on. Or is he? No, that's the 9 ball. The 1 ball's up to. Oh no, that is the 1 ball. I keep making mistakes with this 1 ball and the 9 ball all the time. Well, it's going to have to go in the side. And now he's got to dig in here quite a bit to avoid running into the 10 and the 5. And he doesn't want to bump into the 7 either if he can help it. But he has bumped it. And he's still got the cut. Now, if he puts too much left English on this will go awry. Well, just a bit like that almost did there. But he's still got the cut. And then he's decided he's going to play safe. Again, no harm with that. Maybe he didn't think he'd get enough of that 5 ball. Well, this is no good. Wrong side of the 5. Just try to drop it in as soft as you can. Let's check this 6. It's off the rail. Now he's going to try and go up and down and avoid traffic to get back into the table, or is he need? Well, it looks as if he's going around the corner. No, he is trying to hold it. Once again, the angle in the 7 is not great. The cue ball just wants to leak away. Now he could go right across to the rail and back out, and again that was very well controlled. Right, see you later, Vertical Liquid. Now he's got both hands on the steering wheel. So, for the first time in the match, we've got a 2-rack gap in favour of MC Clarkey. Or as One Pocket Slim sent in a message earlier on today that he wasn't going to be able to make Friday night 9 ball, and he wanted to know whether I'd be streaming the match between SemiPro and McLaren. And I'm thinking, who the hell's McLaren? Oh, it should be 2 hands in the steering wheel at all time, apart from when you're picking your nose and scratching your ass. Well, SemiPro's brake has come up dry. And I don't know that Matt can do much damage here, can he? Can he get into this enough to do any damage? I don't think he can. He's got loads of right on it to try and get some sort of hit. Well, that's a lot better than I thought he'd be able to get. Okay, he's going to have to duck here, I think. Let me have a quick drink. Is the sound any better, or does the sound still sound not as good as what it normally does? Anyway, as long as the stream looks okay, then it doesn't matter whether you can hear me that good or not. It's crap, says Mark. Well, I've not changed anything. Not changed anything at all, so that's got me bemused. That's well controlled. A little bit of spin in the cue ball. He called the 3 into the corner and now he's good to go. Right, I'm going to step away from the monitor at the moment. I'm going to go round the back of the PC and just check the cables because the PC's not been moved. Just give me a minute. Let's see what happens. Right, where's the bloody audio cables? Hold on. Right, are you still hearing me? Because I've unplugged them and plugged them back in. That might have made it even bloody worse. Tell me you can still hear me even though it might not be any better. Hold on. Right, that's the last I'm going to go looking to fix things when I don't know what's wrong with it. I'll just leave it as it is. In the meantime, Matt's now got a 3-rack lead and I'm not hearing any audio of the balls. I shouldn't have unplugged it, I knew it. I knew it. See, when you start pissing about with things, you only make them worse. Now I can't hear audio of the balls. Right, I've got no game audio. I've got none. That's what happens when you start messing about with things. I wish I hadn't touched it. I'm going to tab out again. You're just going to have to bear with us. Or go into the room, whatever you want to do. Hold on. Right, this is not going to get much better. Oh, this is really annoying. I wish I hadn't listened to you guys. Trying to make something better when it was bearable, and I should have. Yeah, I've checked that. The speaker, at least, in fact, now that you mention it, I'll just shut down Discord because Steve's not here, so let me just shut that down. Ah dear, this is so pissing me off, this. Right, I know what's wrong, hang on. Right guys, apologies for this. I'm going to have to kill this and come back and do a restart and see if it fixes it. You're either going to have to jump in the room or hang around. What's the score at the moment? 7-5. I'll be back in about 5 minutes.